Hey, gun people. People always ask why I have problems with CHP and why I don't like the highway. First of all, they're just ticket writers. They're AAA with a badge. They usually get involved in situations they don't need to. They need to stay on the highway and keep writing tickets because that's what they're good at. And anytime they've backed you up or got involved with them, it's always gone to crap. Most police agencies in California don't like them. They hire the incompetent. They won't hire. If you come from another police agency, CHP will not hire you. They have no prior cop experience in that agency. They only have brainwashed people they hire when they're young. They have to go through their academy, and you either become a super yes man to yay state authority, or you are not the CHP. Write tickets, collect revenue, and treat the public like you own the highways and they're your highways. So, not a fan, never have been, and I worked with, hell, the task force was run by CHP sergeant, great guy. The sergeant ran my task force, great guy. Sharp troop. Not well liked in CHP because he thought outside the back box, and we actually did law enforcement work, made a lot of arrests. He was always getting heat from the higher up about, you know, that's not our job. We should be out there writing tickets. You guys don't need to be arresting people and whatever. So here's this cop, CHP. They think their highways are theirs. They always threaten other cops. They've sat outside cop parking lots and wrote cop tickets when they got off, started feuds. I mean, just the number of incidents between CHP and other agencies is huge. But here's just 3 little short cases. So this CHP here, he told a fire truck guy to move his truck out of the way. Now, I happen to probably agree with what he did because the fire truck likes to get out there and block all lanes of traffic. They're not concerned about traffic flow. They're concerned about everybody seeing their nice big fancy red truck. So, I mean, this CHP probably told him to do the right thing. The captain, because fire department don't like cops telling them what to do. Cops don't like the fire department telling them what to do. Nurses don't like cops telling them what to do. Cops don't like nurses telling them what to do. So you get ego, turf. This is my area. I'm in charge. I know the law. Well, anyway, usually ends up with somebody being in handcuffs, and this fire guy who wouldn't move his car gets arrested.
Where he spotted the fire engine.
A CHP officer handcuffs a Chula Vista firefighter on the scene of a crash. And tonight, we're hearing the reaction over the radio as the incident escalated. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Barbara Lee Edwards.
And I'm Carlo Cicchetto. One of our cameras was rolling as all this happened, and today, both agencies met to talk it over.
CBS News 8's Abby Alford is live in our newsroom with the fallout. Abby?
Barbara Lee and Carlo, CHP will not give us information about who this officer is or if he's been...
They won't tell who the officer is. More protection of government by guy. Public employees are required to wear ID. Public peace officers are required to wear ID, rather. And you have to identify yourself when requested. But somehow, when government catches a cop doing something stupid, now they want to protect his identity. All right, whatever. So this is one incident. Let's go to the next one. So here, highway patrol motor officers, and the motor officers are even worse than the regular guys in the cars. Good Lord. But anyway, this motor officer decides to pull over a whole funeral procession because he didn't like the guy that was escorting him, pulling him over or something. He had a beef with this guy, so he stops the whole funeral procession on a highway. Unbelievable.
Anywhere else.
And you stopping a whole funeral.
Family members in the middle of a funeral procession captured this video of a California Highway Patrol officer pulling over one of the procession escorts on the 10 freeway near Crenshaw and causing the 100 or so cars to pull over too.
That's what he do.
The family's anger is apparent.
These people just lost their mom.
He's ridiculous, man. He created a bigger problem.
Ricky Powers, seen here in the video, is still mad his chance to mourn his Aunt Sandra was interrupted by the officer.
I asked him, I said, you really think this is the time and place for that? I mean, we're grieving right now.
Hey, you don't ask a CHP officer when's the time and place to get a ticket, because that's what they live for. That's what they're good at. That's what they do best, is write stupid tickets. All right, let's look at the third one. And in this one, this is Los Angeles Sheriff's Department having a problem with CHP. Evidently, they stopped a car with some escapees that the LA sheriff was trying to catch. I think they escaped from their jail or whatever, so they were technically in their custody, and they escaped. So the sheriff came out there to take them back into custody, and the CHP said, no, we arrested him, we're keeping him. So LAPD or LA sheriffs called in a bunch of other cars, and they blocked the CHP in and wouldn't let them leave, and they're standing on the highway having officers squaring off. And when I told the crazy cop story about the sheriff, LA sheriff and LAPD arguing in the street and having each other at gunpoint, everybody said I made that up and that would never happen. And I mean, I just don't get why people think I need to make something up for the things I say, because there's plenty of evidence out there that supports this happens, not as rarely as people may think.
5 in Castaic. Nothing unusual until a motorist spotted a man climbing out of some nearby bushes.
They said that they observed an individual get in the backseat of a car, and it looked like he was wearing jail pants.
The motorist called 911 the Mustang until CHP units pulled it over on the freeway.
And as it turns out, all 3 of the escapees were located within that vehicle.
Now you got to realize, for CHP, it's like, yeehaw! I forgot what year they stopped calling CHP traffic officers. CHP got their feelings hurt because cops weren't respecting them because their badge said traffic officer. So now they wanted to say California Highway Patrol or officer, or I'm not sure what it says now, but they got peace officers. They didn't used to be peace officers with full peace officer power. They were just given their own little section because they were out there writing tickets, so they decided to tell them they're cops, and then pretty soon they cried about, and we don't like our traffic officer badge because the cops don't respect us. So then they changed the name on their traffic officer to just officer. And, you know, now they're, well, we're the state police and the guys don't respect us. You big crybabies of the CHP. I never met an unprofessional agency that wants to run around and tell everybody how great they are.
The 3 escapees were cuffed and on their way back to the Bitchute Detention Center, or so the CHP officers thought.
At this point, right now, we're having a little bit of a conflict here with the Sheriff's Department. We made the capture of the suspects, and right now traffic is tied up and congested purely because of the Sheriff's Department.
Sheriff's deputies got word of the capture and demanded the chippies turn over the suspects right there on the freeway.
At CHP jurisdiction, we captured the escapees, and we made the stop, and we the CHP, we CHP great. I can't tell you the number of CHP officers that I was backing up on a traffic stop or involved in an incident, and they start pointing at their patch. Look at this patch. We are the California Highway Patrol. This is the most exclusive law enforcement agency in the... You know what? When somebody's got to tell you how great they are, it's usually because they know they're not that stinking great. Anyway, figured I'd share a few of these. Somebody sent them to me. I thought they were kind of funny. And it just demonstrates the incompetence and the low-level, education and just attitude of the CHP as a whole. This is not an isolated incident. This is routine. This is normal. If you dealt with them, you would totally understand where I'm coming from. Other people that don't know them watch the TV series Chips and thinks, oh my God, it must be like TV. They're really all great Supermen. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, we'll end that there.